Ba 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 ba. What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Mogis, God of Metal. Hope you're ready to jump in that mosh pit and thrash around. I am playing against Karametra, God of Harvest Moon. Okay, fair enough. We've got Ancient Tomb, Temple of the False God, Dragon Skull Summit, and we do have Gamble in the hand, and a little bit of Olivia. For some reason, I thought I pulled up the Olivia deck. So no, we got Mogis. Yeah. I guess we'll keep on this. So we could gamble for another card draw. So yeah, we'll go and keep. Why not? Sounds like it seems like a real metal hand to keep. I can get behind that. What are we going to lead off with? Let's go and lead off with the Dragon Skull Summit, get in and play tapped, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. So we're playing Mogis, God of Slaughter. Indestructible Devotion 7 turns into a creature, then at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. Mogis deals 2 damage to that player unless he or she sacrifices a creature. Playing Karametra, God of Harvest Moon. Indestructible Devotion 7 turns into a creature, then whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a forest or a plains card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. If you're newer to Magic, with it saying forest or plains, you can grab a basic forest or plains, or you can grab a dual subtype land like a, what is it, I just completely forgot the name. Temple Garden is the shock land, but I can't remember the, old school dual one. Well, I'm sure somebody will hop in the comments. Let's go ahead and get the Ancient Tomb down. Then we go for Sad Robot next. Let's go ahead and gamble. Yeah, let's get the Ancient Tomb down. Let's go ahead and gamble. We can gamble for a land, then we'll be online for Sad Robot and get the Corrosive Portal up and running. I think we're okay with that. Yeah, let's go for gamble on a land. We could go for, yeah, if we wanted to go for like something like Phyrexian Arena, maybe, but at this point I think we'll just go for a dual source. Let's go ahead and grab, where is it? The, not Temple of Malice. Badlands, there we go. Okay, Sad Robot went to the graveyard. Could have done that a little, I would have liked that to go a little bit different, but we'll take it. We've got the Badlands in the hand, so we have our dual source. We have Ancient Tomb, we can go for Mogis, God of Slaughter next turn, or we can actually just go get the portal down and kind of get our card draw up and running. So, especially with them getting the Selesnya Sanctuary down, we end up probably going to go for the Corrosive Portal. That way we can get the kind of card draw up and running, kind of rally from there. Okay, I think we covered both the commanders, so yeah, I'm good to chat. Our opponent's going to have to discard, and then we'll have our upkeep and get some fun stuff up and running. But yeah, this is also a pretty metal card. Look at that, man. I can see that behind the stage on and as far as this deck goes, I'm not a huge metal fan. I'm not a huge fan of metal. Now, I'm a fan of music in general. Like, I enjoy music. I don't write off metal, like, to begin with. Let's go to get the Badlands down. Let's get the portal down. Then we can get card draw up and running. We're just really far away from Devotion on Mogis, plus the card draw. I'll take that. Get the Corrosive Portal down, and then we'll go and pass the turn. Okay, but yeah, as far as metal goes, I'm not a huge metal fan, but I enjoy it. When I went to college with I studied accounting in college, if that's something that you've ever wondered. But yeah, I studied accounting and graduated with an accounting degree. And one of my accounting buddies was in a metal band. And I remember he, which was just so odd to me, he, one day we're sitting there in class, he's like, hey man, you want to go to my my metal band show? We're playing at Blanks or whatever, like Andy's or something like that. And I said, sure. I'll go up there, and the name of their band is Silver Tongue Devil, and I was like, I'm already just like, all right, man. And like, I listened to Metallica in high school, like I enjoyed Metallica, but that's about where, as far as me like casually listening to metal goes, and I don't even know if technically Metallica is considered metal when you want to break it down like that. But I've always enjoyed metal. I've always enjoyed Metallica, so I was like, yeah, I'll go to your concert, man. So I go to the Silver Tongue Devil concert, and it was just beautiful. Loved it. The theatrics was awesome. I was sitting there shaking my head the whole time, just like having a good time. And it was like, I kind of cover why it was such a good time here in a second. Let's get our hand up and running before I get too chatty. We'll kind of go from there. Let's go and we need to vote for. I forgot. We don't want to vote for. We need to vote for Homage. Yeah, we need to vote for Homage. That way we can get some card drop and running. Draw an extra card, we can get down, hopefully we hit the land drop, then we'll be online to get down Temple of the False God the following turn, and we can get into spots where we can go Olivia, start going beat sticks up top. Okay, draw into another mountain. Let's go ahead and get the mountain down. Now if we go, yeah, we get the mountain down, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go for Spell Shock. Oh, I was trying to figure out where Olivia was like blanked out right there. Do we want to go for Mogis, get that trigger up and running? We can go Mogis and then go Spell Shock to follow up with the following turn. Let's get Mogis down. I think I'm okay with that. We'll get that 2 going, and then we go for Spell Shock. Yeah, let's go Mogis. So looking at tapping for double off the Ancient Tomb. Get that down. It actually helps if we tap for black on that one. There we go. Tap for black, then tap for 2 off the Ancient Tomb. Okay, there we go. Get Mogus down. Yeah, I was thinking about the dilemma right there was me wanting to either go for Spell Shock or Mogus, and I was going to get Spell Shock down. I was like, well, if we're going to be drawing a bunch of cards and we're getting a bunch of enchantments out, I'm probably just going to go ahead and wait on Spell Shock. So that was the dilemma right there. At least we're going to get these Mogus triggers up and running and not really harm us, so I can get behind that. But yeah, so I went to the Silver Tongue Devil concert. That was an awesome concert. There's just something about metal that is just so, I don't know. It was just, I had a good time there. The theatrics of the concert was really well. They had like a little 30-second intro before each song, and I mean, they just really cared about their stage presence. And I've been to I've been to a lot of his metal concerts before, where they played with other metal bands, and every single metal band, like on the local scene, just they care so much about their performance on the stage. I've been to a lot of different. I'm not a huge concert going at this point in my life, but earlier I would go to a lot of concerts. But going to metal concerts, man, they're there to put on a show. They're there to jam some guitar and have some fun, and it's it's pretty cool. I like it. So as far as if you ever wonder if I do listen to metal, I don't listen to metal, but I do enjoy a metal concert of a local scene. It's just fun. We're gonna play Homage. Go for the card draw. Don't want to vote for Carnage. Don't really want to blow up the Wall of Blossoms just yet. Sulfuric Vortex. Okay, let's go and get the Temple of the False God down. We're online for Temple. If we go for a Sulfuric Vortex, we're looking at double red off the Temple, and then we can sequence it with Spell Shock and kind of get that up and running. I like that. Yeah, let's go Sulfuric Vortex. So we're looking at 1, 2, and then we'll go tap the Temple of the False God. Get that down. Deals 2 damage to each player, and then we'll end up with the Spell Shock. Tap for that 1, and we'll have to tap 1 off the colors, but we can get this up and running. Okay, so now we're looking at Devotion for Mogus. We're looking at 1, 2, and we'll kind of re-rack on what's going on at the beginning of our next turn. So we're looking at Devotion for Mogus. So Devotion is at 5 right now. If we go for Olivia, that's going to turn on Mogus next turn, so we're going to be able to swing it for 7. We're going to have the Sulfuric Vortex trigger up and running. We also have the Mogus trigger coming in too. And actually, excuse me 1 second. I just now realized I left my radio on. I'm not sure if it's bleeding over, so I'm gonna mute the mic for a sec. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I leave a radio on for my cat sometimes whenever I go to work, and I just now realized the radio was on and didn't know if y'all could hear NPR blasting in the background, so wanted to go turn it off real quick. But yeah, that metal show, it's always I've always enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so opponent gets the Hideaway going. They're going to get a card face down exiled. We have a nice little clock up and running. We're getting 2 damage being dealt to each player each turn. That's going to apply to us, but especially for our opponent, they really don't have a whole lot going on right now. They haven't even gotten Karametra down, and to really take advantage of Karametra, you need to get into a spot where you can start casting a lot of creature cards. And with the Spell Shock out there, hopefully we're going to be able to kind of really chip away at their life total. So we're looking at Olivia next turn. We can tap the Badlands Mountain, the Temple of the False God, to get Olivia down, and then we can also we still have Go for the Throat. They're getting down Beastmaster's Ascension, so if they do get some creatures up and running, we still have Crux of Fate and Go for the Throat to kind of spot removal. But a Defender is not really going to get those triggers running up on the Beastmaster's Ascension, so I'll take that. Definitely going to choose Homage on Mogus over there. I'd like to get that card draw up and running. Okay, so we got Sulfuric Vortex dealing 2 damage, drops down to 22. We're going to choose Homage on this one. Take that extra card draw. Yes, indeed. Love drawing cards. But yeah, we're looking at Drawn to Damnation, Temple of Malice. Okay, we're online for Olivia right now. Let's go ahead and go Temple of Malice. That way we can hopefully kind of scry or maybe get into another little hasty creatures. Let's actually put that on the bottom. That does not sound good. Let's go Mogus, looking at 1, 2 off the Temple of the False God, looking at black and then red, and that should turn on Devotion for Mogus. So we're going to take 2 off the Spell Shock, but at this point we're okay with it. Okay, so we're getting Olivia down. She's going to have Flying. That turns on Devotion for Mogus. Let's go and swing in. More than likely, we're going to see a chump block on the Wall of Blossoms, I would assume on that. Or they just want to take 7 to the face with Mogus as a guitar. They can definitely go for that too. But with Mogus being indestructible, we really don't have to worry about that. The only thing we need to watch out for is our opponent is playing white, so we do need to watch out for something like Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares. So That would be something. But we're also in a spot now that we've got enough mana to where we can kind of just really, hopefully, kind of grind this one out. So we're looking at Spell Shock, Mogis, Sugar. That's going to be 4. That puts them down to 18. We got 7 from Mogis. This assumes they don't get a creature out. So then we're looking at 7 from Mogis, puts them down to 7, and then 3 in the air. Excuse me, puts them down to 11, and then 3 in the air, kind of puts them around the 7 or 8 range. So looking pretty good on this one. I'll take this. But yeah, and if you don't know, if you haven't picked up on it, we're playing Mogis, God of Metal, and one of the things that we're doing with this deck is we're getting a lot of janky enchantments out there. So we have stuff like Sulfuric Vortex, 2 damage to each player. We're also running stuff like Spell Shock, so whenever a player casts a spell, it deals 2 damage to that player. Alright, man. Jump into that metal mosh pit. Karametra, she's ready to thrash around. Let's go, Karametra. And our opponent is sitting at only 3 devotion right now between Karametra and the Beastmaster Ascension out there. So we're at least going to be able to swing it for 10, which is going to put him down to 6. Mogis Trigger puts him down to 4. Feeling pretty good on this one. And on a side note, if you want to go mosh in the mosh pit, head over to mtgotraders.com. They have an awesome mosh pit set up. And if you have not subscribed to the MTGO Traders YouTube channel, make sure I'm doing this right. Homage. Yeah, there we go. Be sure you do. I'm making Commander and Modern videos for their channel, and I have a link down in the description below. Draw the Desecration Demon and the Catacombs. Let's go ahead and get these Swamp down. Let's go ahead and swing in, coming in hot for 10. It's going to put them down to 6, and then we're going to have the Sulfuric Vortex coming in. That should hopefully kind of get into a spot that we're going to do a little bit of cleanup duty. We do have Go for the Throat as a little bit of spot removal, so if they do cast a creature, they're going to be taking 2 off the Spell Shock. Do we going to go for Desecration? Yeah, let's go and go for Desecration Demon. Looking at 1, 2. And then double black. There we go. We're going to take 2 off that one, put us down to 16. And then if something does happen to Mogis or something we can't swing in, they do have some sort of Swords of Plowshare on Mogis. We can blast some of the we have 2 mana available to blast Mogis to get a few extra counters on Olivia. So that way we can kind of get into spots where maybe we can swing in between the Sulfuric Vortex next turn. Kind of go from there. But yeah, I always enjoy playing Mogis, God of Metal. I tried to play it this morning and tried to get a good video in, but unfortunately I played against a really rough aggro deck, and it was just, I think it was Ironis, the Red-White God. So it's kind of funny that I'm playing against the Red-White God and now I'm playing against Karametra. Alright, now our opponent's just basically kind of landlocked on this one. If they cast a spell, they're going to lose because of Spell Shock. So even if it is some sort of removal, it's going to trigger before they can do it. So we're going to be able to close this one out. Definitely take that. Nice little Mogis concert. And it's nice that I finally got Sulfuric Vortex up and running. I've had it in here forever, and I don't know if I've ever had a chance to get it down. So, okay, we got the closing to the metal concert is in hostilities. That's an awesome way to end the mosh pit goes flying like that. Just as Mogis hits that nice little bass rip right there. So, alright, yeah, that was a nice little video. So, alright everybody, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks.